Hello, this is David Taylor at Web Media, and in this week's video I want to talk about 5 fundamental mistakes most business websites make. And the first one that we see an awful lot of is websites that are trying to be all things to all people. And what I mean by this is most business owners feel an obligation to try and tell a prospect or a customer every single thing about their business that they possibly can on the homepage all at once. And it just becomes overwhelming for the consumer. Basically, it puts people off. The more that you try and throw at people, the more confused they get and the more disorientated they get, and they are likely to click away from your website and look at one that is a simple proposition. So what I constantly tell business owners is think about the premium or the primary service drivers in your business. Think about the items, the products or services that have the best margins in your business and make those the main focus of your website and particularly of your homepage. Don't try and throw everything that you do at your prospects in one go. The second one is not spending enough time understanding your prospects' needs and playing to them on your homepage. Now, this is really a classic fundamental about business and marketing and indeed web design. What I mean by this is that prospects react best when they can see that you understand their problems or their issues or their needs, you understand them, and you're capable of delivering against those problems or those needs. That's what you need to make obvious to them. So in the case of our own site, for example, the fact that we are able to design high quality websites is not really the point as far as our prospects are concerned. What our prospects are interested in is whether the website can generate more leads, inquiries and sales for their business. And therefore we do not focus on the ability to produce a beautiful looking website for your business. We focus on how we can drive more sales and inquiries for that customer. And that's the difference between focusing on your own ability as a business and focusing on the needs of your next customer. Number 3, cramming too much content onto the page, which creates compete overload. Now, this is a bit of an extreme example, this one in the center here, but it is an example of where somebody felt it was a good idea, I know this is quite old, but a good idea to cram an extraordinary amount of eye-popping content onto one homepage. And the problem that most consumers have is that they do not know where to focus on. And the more painful that focusing task becomes, the more difficult it becomes to understand the logic of how to work through the information on this page, the more likely you are to lose the prospect and lose the inquiry. Number 4 is not making it obvious what to do next. This can seem very simple, but if I just show you the example of this site, for example, there are 2 primary, or 3 primary in fact, calls to action. There is here the live chat widget, where you can speak to a member of the team and ask questions. There is a get a quote call to action in the center of the home page. If I just go back to the home page for a second, and if I scroll down, there is a fast quote form with a 2-hour response time. And these are simple ideas, but it is all about giving a direction to your prospect as to, once they have looked at your website and they're convinced that you are a professional outfit and capable of delivering for them, what are they to do next, and you need to make it very obvious what the next step is: a live chat, an inquiry on the quote form, etc. So number 5 and last in this 5-month fundamental mistakes most business websites make: not taking SEO into account when planning the website. Now, in fact, in many cases, SEO or search engine optimization, i.e. ranking well on Google, is fundamental to the success of a business website. And the two should really be considered hand in hand from the very start of thinking about the project. How are you going to get this website to rank well on Google, and then once your prospects land on it, convince them to make an inquiry to you? Well, the answer is that there are certain things that have to be built into the homepage and the website. Very importantly, the primary heading on the website needs to be your target keyword phrase for the business. So in this case, solid wood kitchen worktop maintenance. Is that the case on your website? If you look up in the browser tab, up here, the tab at the top of the browser, you'll see words in it. Is that the same phrase as the primary phrase on the page? It needs to be. That's an important part of SEO, and that browser tab wording is actually called the page title. Is there wording within other subheadings and narrative text on the page that supports the primary keyword phrase of solid wood kitchen worktop maintenance? These are all essential items, as are, if you're hoping to attract a geographic specific audience, then you need to have a full postal address with postcode on the footer of each page of your website. Blog posting is another important aspect of the SEO planning scenario. So number 5, ensure that the SEO is taken into account as much as the design when planning the website. So there are your 5 fundamental mistakes most business websites make. Please check them against your own website and see if you can put anything right that comes up in this list. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.